Hello guys, today is a little get ready with me vibes. I have an event tonight. I want it to like look nice. I work night shift and so my under eye bags are like so bad, especially because it's like the end of the week, so I've worked like 5 nights straight. Even though I sleep during the day, they're still really bad, so we need to like fix that. First thing I do is I always use some sort of like moisturizer. I used to hate moisturizer, but then I learned that your skin produces oil to like combat your dry skin if you have it. So it's like way better for your skin to use some sort of like oil or moisturizer so you don't break out. And I read an article that Megan Fox used grapeseed oil, so after that I was just like sold, and that is why I bought this. I also use my gua sha to like depuff. I feel like it works super well. And honestly, it just feels so good. It feels like a massage on your face, which I'm sure you can tell. I also do it on my nose. I don't think it does anything, but it feels really good. We're good. Now my face just looks all red. Okay, now for my eyes, I use caffeine solution by The Ordinary. At night I use like eye cream, but when I just need like an instant plump or something, I'll just use the caffeine solution. I love The Ordinary's products mainly because they have this little thing in it and it makes me feel like I'm a doctor or something. Now makeup time. Okay, since I'm going out tonight, not in the daytime, I'm not gonna use sunscreen, but I do use it like every time in the day that I go out. I like this Glossier, it's like reflective concealer. I use this shade G9. I kind of use it to just like even out my skin tone because this doesn't have like the greatest coverage, so like if I have like a really big pimple, this will not be the best. I have some like scars right here, so I'm gonna use this Maybelline Superstay concealer. Okay, we got the concealer on. Now I'm gonna blend. I just recently started wetting my beauty blender. For the longest time I was using it dry, and it's like I can't even explain how great it feels to use it like moist, which I hate that word, compared to like using it dry. Like it doesn't even do anything when it's dry. So like the revolution I had when I started like making it wet was like incredible. Honestly though, I kind of just prefer my hands. After concealer, I will do powder usually. For this, I definitely use my beauty blender. I use the Maybelline Lasting Fix powder. When I'm feeling bougie, I'll use the Bare Minerals, but it's literally $28. So I just stick to this one most times. ASMR. Recently, I was thinking a lot about like fears and stuff. I'm reading a self-help book. It's called Return to Love, and it's all about like how the opposite of love is actually fear, which I think is like super interesting. And it was saying how there would be like no problems in the world if there was no fear, which I feel like kind of makes sense, but at the same time it's like obviously a broad statement. But I was thinking about recently like how afraid I have been of like literally everything. Now I'm using the Too Faced Natural Face palette. This is really like a beautiful palette, and it has stuff for like blush, bronzer, but I use the bronzer as eyeshadow. Oh, and I'm just like letting the powder sit. Obviously not gonna leave it like this. Anyway, but I was thinking about how scared I've been lately of like everything going on. I think everyone's scared, but it's just like hard to talk about it. Like with COVID and everything going on all over the world, sometimes it's just hard to say like, yeah, I am scared, but I think everyone is. But even like as girls, like just how unsafe the world is, I feel like there's so much like fear in like your daily lives because of like stories like I've grown up hearing. I don't know if this makes sense, but the reason I was thinking about this was because I was thinking about when I go to my car at night, like all the different things that I do to make sure it's safe. Like I do a full lap around my car to look for like tracking devices, because there's been so many stories of people putting those like Apple location tags on cars, and so I've been like, I look around my car to make sure that it doesn't have any of those. I check underneath my car because there's been stories of people hiding underneath cars and then hurting girls' ankles or grabbing them. And then once I unlock my car door and get inside, I check the back seat because I've also heard that stories of people being in the back seat. And then obviously I lock the door super quick so people don't get inside, grab the door. Like, why do like not even just girls, but specifically women, I feel like, but why do we have to like do that? Like the world is so, it is scary, and it's been really hard not to just like let fear eat you alive. So I think that book has like really been helping because it's helping me not be so afraid. Now I'm using Maybelline's eyeliner. I used to use the e.l.f. one, but it comes off super easily, so I'm trying the Maybelline, and so far it's been better. I'm gonna have to like look in my mirror for this one. I don't know if it's gonna... I can't tell if they're even, but at this point I don't know if I can fix it. It's also getting darker, so I'm like gonna have to change the brightness. Now I'm gonna use some of the brown eyeshadow and use it on my nose, and then to like define my eyes kind of. Like on the bridge a little bit and then draw it up, if that makes sense. And I always do some out here just to like pull. But yeah, the reason I was talking about that was obviously because I was thinking about my car thing and just like how many safety things girls have to like go through, like how they made those keychain safety things recently that I've seen come out, and I've seen even like the scrunchy things with the cup cover so women don't get like drugged at a party. It's just insane, like all those little things that people have to like think about to stay alive. I guess I was kind of thinking about that because the book was also saying how like it's really important, like the only moment that matters is the present moment, and I think it's really easy to have anxiety or fear about the future. Now I'm gonna use a Too Faced bronzer and just do that on my cheeks. But yeah, it's really easy to be anxious about what hasn't happened yet. And I find myself doing that literally all the time, just worrying about things that will probably even never happen. And like you have no control over what's gonna happen in the future. So the only thing you can do and the best thing you do is just focus on when you can change things, which is like the present. It's also crazy because like you could live your entire life in fear, and then like you do something normal and that's when your life ends, or that's when something bad happens. Like you never know. But like what I'm saying is like you could go to like a remote island or whatever and be completely safe, and then you could go grocery shopping and get in a car crash, and you know what I'm saying? Like you never know. It's like it's freaky. I'm gonna use this like pencil I have from Walmart, and I'm gonna do my eyebrows. My eyebrows are pretty thick, so the main thing I do is like I have a couple gaps sometimes in the beginning, so I just fill those in. I forgot to do blush. I'm gonna use the same Too Faced palette, and it's called Pink Wink. It's the only blush on the palette, but I'm gonna use that. I also really love Rare Beauty's blush. Now we are going to do mascara. I use the L'Oreal. I don't normally curl my lashes because my lashes are kind of curly and I feel like it would really damage them, and right now my eyelashes are already way too damaged, so I just do mascara. The mascara's done, but I got it like all over my eyes. I've been like in love with this mascara since middle school. I bought different ones, so it's not the same bottle since middle school, but I've used like the same brand and everything. I love it. Okay, now we're gonna do Maybelline lip liner and then lipstick, which is my favorite part because it just pulls the look together. Another another interesting conversation is that I feel like they're not making like any new movies recently. I saw like a video about this, how every movie that's coming out is like a remake of something that already has been made. I'm trying to think of an example, but there's been like 7 different Batmans. I think they're making a Barbie movie. They're making like I think another Home Alone. And then there's just been so many movies recently that are like, oh, they made a He's All That, She's All That movie. It was like a while ago. They're like making so many just redos of movies that have already came out, so I feel like that's weird. Like there's nothing new. This is the Buck Sun lipstick. Super good, super like moisturizing. I always talk about it. It's like one of my favorites because the color is like bomb. Okay guys, that is it. We are done. I think I still have a lot of mascara on my eyelid, but like I think I need a Q-tip for that, so, or I might just leave it. I don't know. Thank you guys for sitting with me and talking and doing makeup. Yeah, don't let fear control you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.